Hello there and welcome. In this video we are looking at a great little aquarium which for some reason has managed to slip through the net and get around my attention, and also quite a lot of other people's attention as well. However, now I have seen it, I have realised that it's had some great reviews online, especially in the shrimp keeping circle. We are of course talking about the Superfish QubiQ or QubiQ. I'm not really sure the correct pronunciation. 30-litre aquarium. Now, I didn't realise how much I liked this tank until I saw it set up in this shop. The QubiQ is made from pretty standard aquarium glass, but it's of a good quality and a good clarity. It's not low iron or anything fancy like that, but that helps to keep its price point at a reasonable level. Size wise, it measures 32 by 32 centimetres length and width and 42.5 centimetres high, so it has a nice footprint. The glass itself sits on a plastic floating base, and a lot of new tanks are actually integrating this design of having a floating base, especially one that's slightly smaller than the glass itself, and it gives that aquarium a very modern feeling, but also makes the aquarium look like it's floating and not attached to the stand that it's on. All the glass is joined together using black silicone, and black silicone is something that I really like. The reason being, I feel that it turns the glass panes into windows or even into something like a picture frame. When viewing an aquarium with black silicone, you are almost framing your aquascape within the black silicone, and I like to see it on aquariums because it just makes that picture, makes the aquascape pop from the viewing pane. The aquarium comes complete with a glass lid, and this is held in place by 4 plastic clips. The glass lid's obviously there to stop condensation, or at least reduce the amount of evaporation from the water. However, unfortunately, the glass lid does not really marry up to the size of the tank, and there's quite a big gap between the tank and the actual lid itself. This is a problem because it means that certain fish can actually jump out of the aquarium, and with this size gap, with fish that are notorious for jumping, there may be a problem. So it might be something you want to change or adapt if you're going to be keeping these jumping fish to stop them escaping. Now, the QubiQ is actually fairly complete when it comes to equipment. It comes with its own filter, and this filter is nicely integrated into the design of the tank itself, and that is, the filter is stuck into the corner. It's not removable, however the filter media cartridge is removable, but it's covered up by this nice lid. A really cool feature about this filter unit is in the back there's a space to hide your heater. This means that your heater isn't in the main aquarium, doesn't spoil your view or your aquascape. A really cool feature. The person who designed this is obviously looking out for creating great aquascapes within this aquarium. I like to see this kind of feature in a lot of tanks. The other thing this aquarium comes with is the LED light. Now, it is optional. There are 2 versions. There's one version with a light and one version without. However, this is the with version, and the light is a square which can flip up to give you access to the aquarium. The LED itself is 5 watts in power, but has 10 white LED and 2 blue LEDs. The lights are turned on and off and also dimmed by touching and holding the touch button on top of the light unit. As you can see from the stocking of this particular aquarium, the LED light seems to be good enough to grow low or medium light plants. This tank's been set up for about a week and a bit now, and although the plants haven't really grown massively, they are growing slowly and they are staying green. So from that we can conclude the light is fairly decent. So as I mentioned, this tank comes with or without the light. So if you didn't want to use the stock light, you can obviously buy the tank and add your own more powerful light or a different design which you prefer, which would allow you to put plants in here which require higher light intensity. Another feature of this aquarium, which I think is really a bit of genius, is at the rear of the aquarium, the plastic casing is actually corrugated, and this allows you to push your cabling into the body of the aquarium, and that hides and tidies up all of the cables coming out of your fish tank. So clearly another amazing design which someone has really thought about how to keep this aquarium tidy and how to make the aquascape within a real centerpiece without it being ruined by stray cables or stray heaters. So we'll just go through the unboxing of this aquarium. It's quite simple, but we'll have a look as to what you can expect should you order one of these on the internet. So firstly, the box is pretty normal Superfish kind of branding on there. You can see all of the different options of colour, so either black or white. And on the side you can see more details regarding the filtration and the lighting. Inside the box, the aquarium comes really well packaged, as can be expected. Being made of glass, you don't really want it to move around too much in the box and crack or shatter. So it's nicely covered in foam and also a plastic surround to stop it scratching while being in transport. In the tank is held the filter pad and the transformer for the light. The filter media itself is a removable cartridge, has a plastic surround and the media is contained within. This means that you can either replace the entire cartridge or you can remove the media inside and replace as necessary. The lid is also held inside of the aquarium with foam padding on all the corners to stop the glass breaking and also to stop the lid from breaking the aquarium. So when we received this aquarium, it was a little bit of a mystery as to which way the tank should be orientated. So obviously we have it oriented with the filter in the back and it at a slight angle with two panes of glass pointing towards you, and it's quite an aggressive angle really because the corner is pointing directly at you. However, this does give you the opportunity to have the aquascape designed to be viewed from two different sides, which I think this aquarium really lends itself to. Looking at it now, I can quite obviously see that it could be set up in a more traditional fashion with a single flat piece of glass pointing towards the front. But it just made sense at the time to do it in this diamond shape. Superfish is one of these aquarium manufacturers which has always been looked at as kind of the cheap guy, the guy that produces the most budget aquariums and equipment. However, with this particular aquarium design, Superfish are really punching above their normal weight because I feel it does actually go into the nicer range of aquariums. If we look at the older range of Superfish QBs, they are a real budget aquarium. Okay, they're made of glass, but the styling isn't particularly nice. The equipment it comes with is very budget, and the base of the aquarium is this awful grey plastic. So it really was a real budget, low-end aquarium, and the price point matched that. However, with the QubiQ, although it looks really high-end, I'd be quite happy to pay £100. I'd expect to pay probably around £100 for this aquarium, but it doesn't reach anywhere near that. So with this particular tank, the prices actually range between £60 and £70 for the unit with the light, and you can actually get it around £10 cheaper without the LED. So even though it looks really nice and looks really high-end, and all the features I've discussed throughout this video show that this is actually a really well-designed, really well-thought-out aquarium and has been made to a real high quality, it's still at what I would consider quite a low price point. So what is the purpose of the QubiQ 30-litre aquarium? Well, going back to all of the features that I've mentioned, such as the hidden cabling, the filtration which is hidden in the corner, or at least it's out of the way in the corner, and the area for the heater to be put inside and not get in the way, and also the fact that the filter is a really low flow filter, it doesn't blast water around, we can kind of deduce that this aquarium has been designed with aquascaping in mind, and possibly keeping nano fish, shrimps and betta fish inside of it. Unfortunately, the suitability of this aquarium for betta fish has been limited by the fact that the lid doesn't really marry up to the aquarium, because betta fish are known for jumping out, and if there is a gap they tend to find it. So I'd be very skeptical about keeping betta fish in this particular tank. However, in terms of keeping things like shrimps and nano species of fish like thread-thin rainbows or ember tetras, this tank seems to be perfect. You can also keep things in here like nano cories, otocinclus and bits and pieces like that. So this is definitely a really excellent aquarium for keeping those nano species, for doing those wonderful tiny nano planted aquascapes, or simply keeping a nice display of aquarium shrimps. Now, I haven't done reviews on aquariums for quite a while, and the reason being is that all the ones that I really liked I've already done a review on, and the reason I've done a review on this one is because it's really struck me as a great aquarium. It's one that I'm so tempted to buy myself, and that rarely happens nowadays. So if you are looking to set up a nano aquarium for shrimps or for your nano fish, or simply do a nano planted aquascape, then I'd highly recommend the QubiQ aquarium. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's given you some insight into this aquarium. If you want to see more of this kind of content, please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. You're going to have to also hit the bell button, because otherwise you won't receive any of the notifications of my new content. Once again, thank you for watching and happy fish keeping.